there's a protest
Can you
happening.
hear me or?
Yes, I've already checked it.
Okay.
And welcome to JL Murphy Reserve here at Port Melbourne, where we have a beautiful afternoon of football ready for you people here in the NPL clash with Port Melbourne Sharks versus Avondale. And a very promising game here. Port Melbourne obviously don't have anything to play for. They have done their season. They cannot make the finals after last week's loss to Dandenong City, but Avondale can obviously solidify their second spot in the league and come up with some form going into the final series. The lineups for today: Port Melbourne Sharks, a very, very young lineup today, probably the youngest lineup you've ever seen in a Port Melbourne strip. We've got Ilya Silimanov Trenkova, number 1. Number 2, Mark Latsis. Number 26, Daniel Serra. Number 7, Thomas Barafosh. Number 45, Jordan Pisak. Number 14, Abraham Mathet. Number 13, Atticus Gonzalez. Number 41, George Giannakaris. Number 18, Fraser Dunlop. Number 34, George Patsoulis, and number 25 is Alec Besanovsky. On the bench, we've got Pete Vakrinos, the young 16-year-old, which is making a debut on the bench. Number 30, George Webb. 38, Cal Thompson. Number 8, James Zvingos, the youngster who is the son of former Port Melbourne great George Vingos, and also former Port Melbourne great player and coach Takis Vingos. And number 11 is Manuel Vakrinos, who is actually the son of the president of Port Melbourne, James Vakrinos, which is a family affair here today. And obviously the coach for Port Melbourne is that main man, Mr. Marinos. And the lineup for Avondale is 21, Thomas Manos. Number 3, Daniel Edwards. Number 4, Aidan Bricker. Number 5, Matthew Reid. Number 9, George Ott. Number 10, George Mells. Number 17, Adam L. Hake. Number 11, Kerr. 25, Jackson Courtney Perkins. Number 80, Sian Kuba. Number 23, Christian Cherchevsky. And the coach for Avondale is Zoran Markovsky, the successful coach last season, winning the Premier's Plate. Port Melbourne now, as I said earlier, playing a very, very young team. And Nick Marinos told me before the game that he just wants to give the youngsters a taste of first-team football, and tell you what, it's quite a big game for them to play against the premiers of last season, but throw him off the deep end he has, and good luck to him for doing that. Sarah, who's coming into the team, he's had a few issues with a few injuries, but he's no doubt going to try and solidify his place in their team. Very capable in the defensive lines. Ball played to Giannakaris. The ball's gone out for a throw. As the sun tries to trickle out here, the wind's slightly picked up, going to the goal right off screen. And Reid plays the ball wide. He's got El Hayek. Back to Reid. Reid goes wide, trying to find an opening and stretch the Port Melbourne midfield. Ball played forward. Some good work there. Mells, he's got a bit of room in front of him, and he uses it. Plays the ball across to Courtney Perkins. Mells again. El Hayek, Courtney Perkins, and good defending in the end, getting the ball out. Mathet, and now Port Melbourne on the break. Chance here, and some good work there. And the referee's not pulled him up, and clearly a free kick there, but I don't know what the referee saw. Obviously not what I'm seeing. The referee for today's game is Gadirian Poya. Chance now for Avondale. Good defending in the end. And the corner given. Kerr doing quite well on that left-hand side there. And really needing to take control now is Ilya Solomonov-Trenkova. First corner of the game. A curling ball, back post, way too deep, and in the end, goal kick for the Sharks. Trenkova has come to Port Melbourne this season, had a great start to the season and got injured, and finds himself back in the first team lineup after last week's game, the 5-3 loss. Port Melbourne, no doubt young Trenkova looking at a good future ahead. Ball pushed forward. Cyril puts it forward again. Chance now to try and play forward. Not being allowed at the moment. Ball's gone wide. And George Patsoulis, the top goal scorer of the youth team last season. Great potential also with him. And Nick Marinos trying to get as much as he can out of these youngsters. And he's done quite well considering the loss of players from the start of the season and even during the season. And some good work there by Sarah, chesting the ball to safety. Mells, one of the ex-Port Melbourne players, was George Mells, going to Avondale and winning a championship last season. Finds himself back in the side after a couple of stints on the substitutes bench, but there's no doubting Mells' class. And another player, Edwards, former Port Melbourne player also. Kerr. Ball played across. Courtney Perkins. And discharge there. Some good work there on that wing. And again, that time it was Dunlop that saw the ball out. Mells plays it wide to El Hayek. He decides to go all the way back to Reed. El Hayek. Mells. Just bathed with a bit of sunshine now, and hopefully it'll stay here. Healthy crowd here today. Deep ball, a little bit too deep. And again, another goal kick. Got to try and assess the win here to Avondale in order to find out whether, you know, those deep balls Trenkova trying to get some more length with his goal kick, and he does so this time round, but still headed way forward again. Mells. Ball pushed all the way back. There's no Port Melbourne players there. Bricker. Krasevsky a little bit quiet. The ball's played forward now to Courtney Perkins. He's got a bit of speed going into the box, across the box. And still there. And offside flag's gone up for Perkins. The ball was played and must have been in an offside position. And ultimately it's a free kick to the Sharks. Mathet, Mells, El Haig, a few gaps here early on here for El Haig. He's got Courtney Perkins trying to make an opening. Ott plays the ball to Courtney Perkins. And some good work there by Reed. Trying to clear the lines, but only as far as defensive lines again for Reed. It goes back to El Haig. Being a little more patient here, Avondale. Mells finding an opening. Some good work there for Edwards. Chance now. Krasevsky to Kerr to Perkins. Perkins claims for a penalty. He's given it. He's given the penalty, and I must say, a little surprising. It didn't look initially to my that was, but ultimately it's been given by Gandarian Poya. And Kerr's going to take the kick against Trenkova. Kerr. Trenkova goes the wrong way. And Avondale are 1-0 up. Kerr goes to the right of Trenkova's goal. And 1-0. Penalty given by Poya. He had no hesitation. He almost allowed play to go on, and then when there wasn't any advantage, he gave the penalty. It was a bit surprising. Ultimately, the decision was given, and Port Melbourne find themselves 1-0 down. Kerr on the score sheet. Dunlop trying to run the ball down. I think Mells has had a big say in the game early on here. As I said to you earlier on, there's a fair few players missing from the starting 11 at Port Melbourne. And, they are blooding a lot of young talent here. And ultimately, it's they're trying to hold off the champions here, and it's pretty difficult because the win is favouring Avondale. Cleared away. Challenge there across. And good work by Perkins. Mells. El Haig. Mells trying to find an opening. We'll see the ball out. Sian Kuba is putting his hand up, and saw what Mel's was trying to do. Ultimately, a little bit too far. Drinkova finding a bit of trouble here. And all of a sudden, a corner given really should have just gone long. You can see that there's a bit of trouble with players being closed down quickly, and in the end, the corner was given. Kerr. Good header away. Kerr trying to get onto his left foot, and some good work there to try and swivel around Besanovsky. Kerr again, and another corner. Trying to play the quick early one. Kerr goes up. And the ball cleared away. Chance now to go forward. Barfarosh there trying to find an opening, but no one really helping him. Some good work there. Barfarosh did really well there. He scored a goal last week and had some positive impact on the team. Perkins. And now in quick ball to Kerr. Goalkeeper stayed. Back post there is all alone, but some good work to try and close him down. Dunlop. Kerr. Chance again. Cleared away. The 1-2 there to Trasevsky. Couldn't find the opening there, so Edwards has got the ball and plays it back. And it gets changed to El Hayek. El Hayek. Perkins. Good work there. Good 1-2 by Ott. Perkins. Great tackle there. Sarah, some quality work there. Fantastic stuff. And gets the throw. Can see some strapping on that knee. He's had a bit of problems with the knee, but thankfully for him, he's come in to try and play some quality game time here with the seniors. A little unlucky this season with some of these injuries. El Hayek. Bricker plays it across to Edwards. The ball goes back again. Reed. El Hayek. Mel's asking for it and gets it. The ball pushed back again to Reed. Bricker. Mel's goes back to Bricker, bouncing, and he's got a man free here. And Trasevsky does well. Perkins tries El Hayek now. Still Perkins. Still Perkins. Ball played, the 1-2. Trasevsky, offside flag up. And that flag went straight up pretty quickly. And ultimately, it's free kick to the Sharks. All the teams playing here today in the last game of the season, the normal season. And As we said earlier, it's 1-0 here at JL Murphy Reserve. And from other grounds, and Ott there with the ball. Edwards cleared away. Chance now for me. Mells does well. Trasevsky, Perkins. Dunlop's trying to hold him up there. And, now Al Haig's got some room. The 1-2 played, and good mopping up yet again by Sarah. Only got it as far as Perkins though. Still Perkins, and again some good work there to clear away. Reed, Mells. "20 minutes gone most of these games, and Melbourne Knights 1-0 up against Green Gully. As there's another corner for Avondale. Dandenong Thunder and Moreland are 0-0 at the moment. Southend St Albans 0-0. Heidelberg Dandenong City 0-0. Altona Magic 2. Manningham 1. Oakley Cannons and Hume 0-0. And Dandenong Thunder's actually just opened the scoring 1-0 against Moreland. So 22 odd minutes gone. Good catch there by the Port Melbourne keeper. Trenkova really using his height, but his clearance was really not what Nick Marinos was expecting. He's talking to his charges to move up early. Little haphazardly cleared by Trenkova after taking a good catch. Kerr. It's not a bad little ball. And cleared away now. Some good work there, getting out of the back line with a bit of pace. Losing the ball though. Gonzalez maybe should have let it go a little bit earlier. Hayek. Edwards. Deep ball across to Kerr. And clearance again. Dunlop's really doing a lot of hard work in the defensive lines there. Scored 2 brilliant goals last week. And, chance now for Mells. Deep ball to Kerr. Kerr does well. Hayek. Port Melbourne trying to cage Avondale in there, not really giving him too much room in the deep lines. And chance again. Kerr. Good 1-2. Good shot. Great save. And the rebound in again. Trenkova, well done. Quality stuff there. And there's a bit of pain there. It looks like he's okay though. Barfarosh maybe holding the back of his head, but he's okay. And some great goalkeeping there by Ilya Shilamanov Trenkova. Great point blank save, and then the rebound, getting back in time and saving the ball. Certainly prevented Ott, or should I say Kuba, from making it 2-0. When we know that Cuba is very deadly up front. Great ball by Mells. Trying to find an opening. Chance now. Some good defending though. And ultimately cleared away by the keeper. And maybe could have picked it up. Maybe could have picked it up, but the ball maybe been out before he cleared it. Certainly would have been able to pick it up, Trenkova. Chance now for a corner. Deep ball. Ott. And the header's way over the top. Chance now to take the goal kick. Fosh. Cuba. Ball played across. Can he get a shot on goal here? Ball played to Mells. Mells has found a bit of room. Great ball in. The shot scooped up in the end by Trenkova. Some handy work there by Cuba and Mells. Just the distribution letting Port down at the moment. They're finding it very hard to get past that halfway line, and being realistic with such a young lineup. Mel's trying to find the corner there, but no one there to help him. Some shuffling there. Good defending in the end. El Hayek goes back to the middle. Find another opening there for Matthew Reid. El Hayek gets it again. Mells. Ball forward, Trusevski. He's got a bit of room. Can he unleash one here? Not a great ball. Still with Trusevski. Kerr. And great defending there to get that ball away. Some great work. Mathet Barafosh being pushed back. The referee's allowed play on. Thankfully for Port Melbourne, and a chance now. One of the rare occasions in this match, Port Melbourne going forward. Can they do something with it? Port Melbourne trying to find an opening here. The ball thumped down the back post, and Dunlop was there. Sarah does well. Charged down, and now Ott has got the ball. He's trying to find an opening. It definitely isn't offside. He checked his run, or did he? No, it's been given in the end. Trusevski marginally offside. Long ball forward. Abraham Mathet came on against Dandenong City and really caused havoc and helped Port Melbourne get back to 3-3 at one stage, and until the home side scored 2 late goals and made it a comfortable 5-3 win. But it was a very entertaining game last week, I must say. Ball played forward now. Perkins swap sides and in the end given a goal kick. A little one-way traffic at the moment. Trinkova trying to decide on what he's going to do, and he's probably going to try and go long and maybe just gets a bit too much height on that clearance and the ball's just holding up. Maybe needs to go a little more flatter. Kerr, the header. No one in particular. Cleared away. Throw in to Mathet. Dunlop. Played pretty effortlessly in the defensive lines here for Avondale. Edwards. Still Edwards. Perkins. Ball in the box. Odds there. Goalkeeper does well. Trinkova shows a little more strength, and the clearances again really letting Trinkova down. He's trying to somehow get a hot high ball, and he's never going to get the distance, not with this kind of wind. That's no doubt supporting the Avondale team going to the goal right of screen. Maybe a drop kick, or even if he puts the ball down and tries to hit it into the wind lower, it'll be a lot better for him. El Hayek back to Mells. Trasevsky back to Mells. Mells smartly switches play. Not the greatest of balls there by Bricker. Some good play in the defensive lines. Sarah goes wide to Dunlop. And we know what Dunlop can do with the ball. He's carrying the ball. Trying to find an opening, and it's good work there. Matthew. And dispossessed in the end by El Hayek. Kerr does really well. Very hard to try and control the ball there. 33 minutes gone in this game. 1-0 at the moment for the away team. There's been another goal at the Knights. The Knights are 2 goals up now against Green Gully. Dandenong Thunder are somehow 2-1 up now. And South Melbourne and St Albans 1 apiece. And just equalising minutes ago there, South Melbourne. And St Albans have been excellent form of the last 5 or 6 weeks of the season and saving their season ultimately. Altona Magic still 2-1 up against Manningham. So currently as it stands, no doubt Avondale have secured that second spot. So it looks as though the Cannons and Hume will be playing against Heidelberg and Dandenong. Should there be any change in the results, Heidelberg still has a chance of grabbing that third spot, depending on if Oakley lose. Sarah being back and goes long, playing it to Dunlop, and not the greatest control there by Dunlop. Ball played to the goalkeeper Manos, who has barely had a touch of the ball. The flag has stayed down and cleared away by Trenkova. Chance now, Ott, and Trenkova easily mopping up. Ball played a little haphazardly, but in the end, Dunlop's got the ball, and he's going forward. He's like a racehorse going forward, and ultimately Manos mops up. And we know he's got a bit of pace on the ball. Just got to get some players maybe trying to give him some help there. Can't do it all on his own. And Avondale slowly, systematically trying to find another opening here. Kuba, Trasevsky, Mells, goes all the way back. Reed, plays central. Hayek, Reed, Bricker, goes central again. Trasevsky came back from an injury. And the ball now, there's a bit of a issue with Perkins. He's not feeling 100%. As we go out and see if he's okay. Ultimately, Port Melbourne holding off Avondale at the moment, who are dominating the game, but Port Melbourne have got a wall up at the moment trying to prevent the quick distribution, especially in that forward line. Looks like Dunlop's okay. He's holding his left arm, and that's what seems to be the issue. The referee takes control again. Dunlop also been the captain of today for Port Melbourne. It's a very young lineup. And I must say, when that sun's not out, it's a little bit chilly now. Probably the tail end of our winter here in Melbourne. We have had some beautiful weather last week or so, and some good sportsmanship there, giving the ball back to Bricker. Mells goes all the way back to Reed. Avondale fine-tuning their season, and not the greatest of clearance by Manos, but still Al Haig does well. Belting out of the back line there. It's a great ball to Ott, but in the end couldn't get there. Time. Chance there. The shot almost bouncing off. It seems like it was Kuba. Yes, it was, and straight to the keeper's hands. And yes, that's what he does this time, and rightly so. Trenkova plays the ball on the deck, because really trying to kick it long is not going to get you anywhere in this wind. Port Melbourne seem to be a lot better when they play the ball on the deck. Long throw. Mel's trying to push the ball forward, and ultimately Dunlop does well and gets the corner for Port Melbourne. It was actually Kuba who miskicked that ball, but he did well to try and get back and prevent the cross from Dunlop. Can Port Melbourne get an equaliser here before half time? Curling ball. The ball's basically dropped in its trajectory. Still. Again, no one there for Port Melbourne. And now Avondale go on the break. Mel's got a bit of room here for Courtney Perkins. He's made a big run. And a great defending, ultimately not the greatest of clearances. Kerr, and not the best ball by Perkins. Mathet on the ball. He looks very dangerous when he's on it. And now Port Melbourne going forward. Radofosh. Sarah as well, trying to find an opening. Free kick given to Gonzalez. And you could see Sarah was prevented from trying to play an early ball to Dunlop. And Gonzalez now tries to find an opening. And now Kerr has taken the ball. And Kerr! Second goal for him. And a bad mistake there has punished Port Melbourne. Jordan Pissac should have done better there. And in the end, Kerr has made it 2-0. Great finish, no hope there for Trenkova. Basic mistakes, and with a team like Avondale, you will get punished. Heidelberg 1-0 up also against Dandenong City. Goals are plenty at the moment everywhere. Altona Magic 3-2 against Manningham. There's Avondale. The chance again. Ott! And the shot saved by Trenkova, but the flag went up straight away. Dandy Thunder has gone up 3-1 to Moreland City. And Oakley are 1-0 up against Hume. Team that is just below them. And all of a sudden, the current live ladder sees South Melbourne, Avondale, Oakley, Heidelberg, Hume and Dandy City. Chance to go forward again for Port Melbourne. They've got a couple of minutes left on the clock here. And Oakley's gone 2-0 up against Hume. Ball forward. Really, Port Melbourne's really suffering from their distribution at the moment. Players of Abraham Mathet's stature doing what he can, but ultimately the distribution has to be improved for them to try and punish Avondale when they're going forward on the break. Mel's looks so composed on the ball. Chance to change play. Reed. Still, Reed trying to find a way. Mel's is there. He plays the ball wide to Al Haq. And Courtney Perkins has been made to run, but he gets there just in the nick of time. Kerr, back heel. Mel's. The flick on. Chance to push away. And ultimately cleared only as far as El Haq. Mel's. Good 1-2. And Perkins couldn't get the flick on to work for him. 3 minutes left of injury time. It's quite surprising it's that long. I thought it'd maybe be 2, but 3 minutes. Says Ross Clark, the fourth official. Mel's. Ball forward to Perkins. Can he find a way forward? Not a great ball back to Mel's. Mel's gets it though in the end. Perkins, El Hayek, Perkins, a chance. Traszewski maybe should have gone earlier. And cleared away by Dunlop. And actually, Gonzalez actually trying to clear the ball away. They look very much alike. Two young lads, Dunlop and Gonzalez. Ball forward. Mel's trying to find Perkins, can't do so. Dunlop. And Barfosh plays the ball central. And unfortunately for him, the ball wielding away from Besanovsky. Played forward and headed away by Edwards. Great history of this club here, Port Melbourne Sharks. Some great juniors coming out of here all those years ago that eventually played for Australia. Likes of Andrew Zinni, Mehmet Durakovic, Palatsides, and my good friend Peter Tsalakis, just to name a few. And even Zinni, the chance now. Deflected away by the referees. Given a goal kick, I'm sure he has. Yes, he has. Went off the shins of Ott there. As I was saying, some great history of this club here at Port Melbourne. And half-time whistle is gone. And ultimately, it's been one-way traffic. Avondale, 2 goals to the good. And both goals coming from Kerr. One from the penalty spot, and the other a great finish after a defensive lapse there. And putting the ball past Trenkova. Score here at halftime, Port Melbourne 0, Avondale 2. We'll be back after a few messages from our sponsors in about 15 minutes. And welcome here to the second half at JL Murphy Reserve, where there's substitutions aplenty here for both sides. Cal Thompson coming on for Port Melbourne. And we've got Joseph Canterbrian coming on, as is Patrick Hogan. And the goal scorer coming off, surprisingly. Courtney Perkins also coming off. Give the youngsters a bit of a run. Mel's. Chance now to play out from the back, as might find it a bit tougher doing so in this half with a bit of the wind. Curling ball. And Ott sees the ball out to Port Melbourne throw. A long throw forward. Chance to push forward. Edwards. Mel's. Ball played across the ground. Some testing times here for the home side. They need to try and start manufacturing something with the assistance of this breeze. Edwards done well to hold the ball up. A deep ball forward. And the ball's held up. The goalkeeper's come. And luckily for him that it was cleared away. Really no communication whatsoever. Really should have done better with that. Probably shouldn't have come out. The ball was always going to hold up in this kind of wind. And luckily for the Sharks, they weren't punished again for lapse in the defensive lines. Trasevsky. Ball played to Canterbrian, who's come on the park for some action. Ball to Ott. And Hogan's picked it up. The throw into Hogan. Edwards mopping up. Mel's. And so composed on the ball, as I said earlier. And not a good return there. Pushed away. Thompson. And the free kick to Port Melbourne. Latsis has impressed me a lot in the last few games. Good youngster. Butterfosh. Chance to push away. And cleared down the line. Sun's peeking out yet again. And some good work there by the new bloke, Cal Thompson. Trying to charge down Edwards there, and he did so well. A deep ball. No much distance there for Avondale. They're really trying and feel their way through this wind. And that's some ball there. Chance to go forward now. Cross goal! And some beautiful work by Hogan. And in the end, Ott almost came through. Deep ball. Edwards. Port Melbourne ball. Thompson. Good work there to try and push the ball. Thompson again. Latsis. Going all the way back to Trent Cover. Haphazardly clearing the ball there. No one there though. And Manos pushes the ball, but straight to the Port Melbourne midfielders there. Good turn. Chance to go forward now. And not the right decision. And all of a sudden, there's a chance for Hogan to go forward with that left foot of his. He's got a bit of room. Hogan twisting and turning. Mels! And almost there. Trenkova. Behind, not really too much problems for him, but had to make sure. And that came from an attack from Port Melbourne, and not a good turn in the middle, and all of a sudden it became an attack for Avondale. Mells plays it back. Ball forward to Edwards, mopped up there. Oakley Cannons have gone 3-0 up now against Hume. Guest Alex has scored 2. And Altona Magic 4-2 up against Manningham. Goals by Fabrizio Anastovsky, Fabrizio hat-trick there for him. And Georgiopoulos and Everson for Manningham. Chance now to try and clear his lines, and in the end, Port Melbourne get the throw. The other score, Heidelberg 1-0 up against Dandenong City. James Gore scoring that goal. And Dandenong Thunder, Dixon Dunn Silimovsky scoring 3 goals, and Moreland City, Theodorakopoulos scoring Moreland's lone goal. As Port Melbourne try and go forward. Ball going to the Avondale keeper. Hasn't had anything to do really. Manos. Been a good find for Avondale. As Thomas Manos. Clearance against the wind. Ott. Wasn't looking at the ball and claims for a free kick, but the referee's allowed play on. Trusevsky. Mells. Plays the ball wide. And deep ball in the box. Hogan. And a little bit too deep. The ball's run out for a throw. Big hello to all the people watching the game here today. Some great messages and well appreciated. One of those messages are from John Canasoulis, a former South Melbourne and Heidelberg great. who is at the ground, thoroughly enjoys our show here, the NPL football show. Ball sprayed wide to Edwards. Hogan's done well since he's come on, causing a bit of problems on this left-hand side. Edwards. Mells. Played wide. Hogan. He's got Edwards running in and got the ball. Still Hogan, and good tackle there. It's a Port Melbourne ball. Ultimately, some good backtracking there by Latsis. Cleared away. Not too far though. Joseph Cantabrian. Deep ball in the box. Again, no one there for Avondale. They're finding it a bit tougher in this half, but Port Melbourne now. What can they do with the ball? Mel's running back to help. The shot easily mopped up there for Manos. Wasn't the cleanest of catches, but did enough to just take the sting out of the ball and ultimately out of danger. Ball forward to Ott. He's done well. Good turn by Ott. Cut the ball across. The shot by Trusevsky. And in the end, spearing away. Mathet there. Pushing and throwing there. And a wasted ball yet again for Port Melbourne. That's what the problem has been. Ball's a little bit too tough there to try and control. We've got a goalkeeping change here. Young George Webb coming on for an appearance here. As shot over the bar. And Hogan's been really troubling on this left-hand side. And let's put our hands together for the young Webb coming on for Selamanov Trenkova. Obviously a pre-planned effort. And good luck to the young goalkeeper, George Webb, number 30 for the Sharks. And a substitution also for Avondale. About to come on, Diaz. Clearance not the greatest. Stotts running onto the ball. Ball played away, Webb. And maybe he was going out anyway, but did well anyway. First roll of the dice for him. Looks like George Mells is coming off for a spell. He's had a dominating game. Ball played wide. All the way back. Mells plays it to Edward. Hogan got a bit of space in front of him. He's cut inside. Does well. Cantabrian plays it wide. Kuba cleared away. Throw in. And George Mel's coming off. Workman-like performance from him. And Diaz, Liston Diaz coming on for George Mel's. Another goal at the Knights. 3-0 up now. A little too late though, as Morton has made it 3-0. Thunder. Theodorakopoulos has scored a penalty to make it 3-2. Moreland trying to make a game of it. Still 1-0 at Heidelberg, and 3-1 now at Oakley, where Isgrave has pulled one back for Hume. 63 minutes gone in this game, and the 2 goals by Kerr are the difference. Long ball forward, Hogan running onto it, got a bit of pace. Does well. Some hustling and bustling there. Still Hogan. Ball forward to Ott. In the end, some good defending. Pushing away there was Gonzalez. Ott. He's done well to hold off his players. Twisting and turning. Trying to find a way through. And clearing away only as far as Edwards was Pissac. Cantabrian goes wide to Reed. Plays it wide, gets it back. Reed trying to find an opening, Cantabrian. Chance now. Need to try and find a way open here to test the young goalkeeper. Really has not had much action just yet. Chance now. And well defended there. Latsis. And some good running off the ball and good defending there by Cantabrian. Hogan goes central. Edwards is all on his own on this left-hand side. Trusevski. Ball played forward. Edwards now. A chance. Push forward! What a finish! Fantastic goal! Absolutely brilliant finish. And it's that man, Trachevsky. Absolutely rasping finish. No hope there for the young goalkeeper, George Webb. And in the end, 3-0 to Avondale. Brilliant finish. Looks like we're going to have a triple substitution here. All the youngsters coming on now. Just thinking it possibly could have been chance there. Trajewski really putting the ball in the pigeonhole, and no hope for the youngster. 3-0. The home side really not being able to quell all the attacks from Avondale. Threesome here. And 3 young kids, 1 15, 1 16 and 1 18. That's just amazing. Bring you back to the old days of the Sharks. James Zvingos. And, chance to go forward again for Avondale. James Zvingos, Manuel Vakrinos, forward player, and young Pete Vakrinos, 16 years old, plays for the Port Melbourne under-18s and had a couple of games in the 23s. Absolutely brilliant time for him. And a proud moment for his dad, John Vakrinos. And the substitutions happening now. Daniel Serra. George Giannakaris coming off. Mathet coming off as well. And Dunlop coming off. Bit of an injury on his arm. Great to see these youngsters coming on for Port Melbourne. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And ultimately a chance to see what they've got to give for the future of Port Melbourne. A chance now. Bartafosh. And over the bar. Pisani coming on also. Ethan Pisani coming on for Avondale. Another substitution. For Melbourne going forward. Can they get some consolation here? Ball played forward. Thompson felled over the ball. Trajewski trying to find an opening there. Mopped up nicely. And going forward straight away. Zvingos. Ball played forward. And a chance for Rott. And some great defending in the end. Webb's done absolutely brilliantly. So composed, the youngster. Well done by him. And mopped up the ball. And look at this brilliant defending there by little Pete Vakrinos. Putting his body in front of the ball. And Vakrinos Ball played wide. Now a chance for Hogan. Hogan trying to find an opening. Hogan, the shots, and just getting a deflection out for a corner. Avondale cruising at the moment. And it looks like there might be a substitution. Main coming on, I think, soon. The backup goalkeeper. Krzyzewski. Deep ball. Goalkeeper's come up and done enough to clear the ball away. Good challenge in the end. Krzyzewski. Katebrian. He's claims, and the referee said just get up and no free kick. Good ball forward. Some good work there by Vakrinos. Ball played to Pete Vakrinos. He's Gonzalez. Pete Vakrinos trying to find an opening. What a great ball by the youngster. Just a little bit too far. Great vision. And ultimately the wind really taking it. Manos. Vakrinos does well. He's charging his man down. And Manuel Vakrinos. Now the left side is open here for Avondale. Hogan. Can he get there? He probably just make it. No, he can't. Still. Three goals to nil here at JL Murphy Reserve. Time ticking away for the home side. Avondale, as we've said, have already secured second spot, but they obviously want to continue their ways. Ball played to Pete Vakrinos, goes wide. Jordan Pisak back to Vakrinos. Plays it wide again. Some good ball work there by the youngster. A little bit too much for Zvingos. Trying to charge down the ball. Krzyzewski. Chance again. Krzyzewski. And a little bit too high. Chance now to change it on the other side of the ground. South Melbourne have gone 2-1 up against St Albans. Hilson getting the goal there. 67th minute. Heidelberg still 1-0 up there. Sabian. Keepers come out easily and mopped up. Altona Magic have gone 5-2 up now. Fabrizio, as I said, having a hat-trick. Driscoll has made it 5. And Everson has pulled one back for Manningham. And that's the problem that Manningham have had. They've conceded way too many goals this season. What a great ball there by Pete Vakrinos. He's absolutely been brilliant since he's come on. And Manuel Vakrinos, his cousin, on the ball. He's very lively. Chance now to charge the ball down. Manos. Vakrinos again. This is absolutely brilliant stuff by the youngster. He's still going. Charge down. The problem now as they go forward. Great defending by Pisak. Excellent stuff by the youngster. And here we go. Another change. Mayan, who played against the Cannons in the Cup game early this season. And Manos coming off, not really anything to do. Bit of a cramp there by Ott, it seems. Edwards playing the physio. And Heidelberg have gone 2-0 up, and you could just about say that 74 minutes in. I think, if I'm not corrected, it seems like the games will be Oakley Cannons versus Dandenong City and Heidelberg versus Hume, if things stay the same, in the semi-finals. And the winners out of those two games will play this team here, Avondale, and the Premiers, South Melbourne. Edwards now to take the throw. Katabrian. Trachevsky. Katabrian's done well since he's come on. Gets to the ball again. Trevsky is almost taken over Mel's spot in the middle of the midfield now in controlling what goes on. Hogan, Edwards, Katabrian, a little bit too. Is going to hold up though for Hogan. Great work by Hogan. A chance now. The ball cut across. And what a great save by Webb. Turned around and super stuff by the youngster. Besanovsky. Looks really good on the ball. Latsis. Chance to play the ball forward. He should have played it to Vathis. Vakrinos making a run there and ultimately didn't get the ball. Ott. Good work again. He's had a pretty good game, has Pisak. Second half. Oh, and in the end, Vakrinos almost getting the ball. It bobbled over his foot. Some promising stuff here. Chance to go forward now for Avondale. Diaz not getting a good run of that ball. And now Zvingos What can he do? He's trying to find an opening. And searching ball by Zvingos. He does well. Mayan easily mops up. But a good effort there by Zvingos to try and play a long ball. And another long ball on the other side of the ground now. Diaz. And again, I tell you what, absolutely brilliant defending here by Pete Vakrinos. I'm absolutely amazed at his composure. 16-year-old, and he's been phenomenal. Just absolutely brilliant. Trying to scan and find a way forward. And now, long ball forward. And Latsis trying to find the ball. Again, a good ball by Vakrinos. Manuel Vakrinos plays the ball back. And Pete Vakrinos goes wide. Chance now. Thompson did well. And Manuel Vakrinos cleared away. Latsis' ball wasn't the greatest, but Latsis has done well to win that ball. Thompson. Pete Vakrinos has been phenomenal. Pete Vakrinos looking at Webb and playing the ball all the way back. Absolutely brilliant defending by the youngster. And now, a chance to go forward. Latsis trying to find a way. Thompson. Latsis. Curling ball. And a little more hopeful for Port Melbourne. As Avondale go forward. And again, good defending. This time by Gonzalez. Vakrinos gets it out of danger. Mopped up there. Still Trajewski goes wide. Some good work there by Thompson. Maybe should have turned there. Vakrinos might have found a way. 1-2. Some good football here. And ultimately, not a shot on goal, but very, very good football, though. Some searching ball. Referee has tried to make sure that everyone's okay, but I'll tell you what, all these youngsters that have come on for Port Melbourne have been absolutely outstanding. Pete Vakrinos, Webb, George Webb, Kel Thompson, James Vingos and Manuel Vakrinos have just been a great breath of fresh air coming on for Port Melbourne. And it really hasn't been, if anything, Port Melbourne looks a bit more composed on the ball. No doubt there's no great urgency from Avondale. Kuba is trying to find an opening. Good defending there by Gonzalez. 1-2. Chance now. Cleared away by Gonzalez. Positive defending again. You got to take your hat off to the Port Melbourne coach, Nick Marinos. He's really done wonders with this team, given the fair go to a lot of youngsters. And I'll tell you what, chance now, Avondale trying to find an opening here. And again, cleared away. Thompson, he's done well. That's Bekanovsky. Back to Thompson. Bekanovsky, a bit of a challenge there, and the referee has given the free kick. All of a sudden, with a blink of an eye, a chance now. The ball speared away. And no problem there for Webb. Over the bar, well over the bar by Diaz. And if you would like to know, all of a sudden, Moreland City have gone 5-3 up after being 3-1 down. Theodorokopoulos has got a hat-trick. Ukuno, and not knowing the other goal scorer at the moment. And they're into extra time there. That's amazing stuff. Altona Magic are gone 6-2 up with Driscoll scoring. And the 84th minute, there was another goal, but the score has not come up. Ball played wide. Chance again. And again, there he is again. Some charging down. The shot, good save by Webb. Hogan straight at him, but Webb stood tall. Vathis doing well again to try and quell the attack. The ball went out to Hogan on the left-hand side, and ultimately took the shot on goal, and Webb saved. Curling ball. The header. Webb's mopped up. He's going to go long. It's 2-on-2 here. He's holding it up a bit and maybe should have gone long. This man here, Vakrinos, has been outstanding. I'm absolutely amazed at his composure at 16 years old. There's no doubt in my mind that he's going to be a star of the future for Port Melbourne. The ball forward. Chance there. Charge down. And good defending in the end by Diaz. And gets the free kick. Farosh, they're trying to do a little bit too much, maybe. We've only got a couple of minutes left on the clock here at JL Murphy Reserve. 3-0 here. Krajewski scoring the third. Long throw. Pushed forward to Piccioni. Catabrian gets it back. Plays it across. Thompson. Ball forward. And Ott can't win the ball. And some good work to go forward there. Latsis. And again, Vakrinos, absolutely brilliant there again. And this man has been brilliant too, the youngster. has Thompson. I'm very impressed with him as well. Can't be too much normal time going. Ball played early. A chance now for Hogan. Hogan's got a bit of room. He can go his own way. Webb, and it's cleared off the line. The linesman has not given it. And ultimately, there was a linesman there, and he certainly didn't put his flag up. And Hogan not being able to finish. Not a good clearance, and a chance now. Diaz, and skied it way over the bar. Hogan's been pretty good on this left-hand side. Scores finished at Moreland beating Thunder 5-3. Magic beating Manningham 6-2. All games now into extra time. Just waiting here to see how long to go from the fourth official here at JL Murphy Reserve. Ball played back to Webb. And a cheeky little pass over the top. Chance now for Traszewski. Again! What a finish! And no hope again for the youngster. George Webb making outstretched hand there. But in the end, Christian Traszewski, two scorching strikes and two great goals. 4-0 to Avondale. And again, there can't be too much time left on the clock. That was not the greatest defending in the end. Ball speared away. Thompson. Still Thompson. Vakrinos did well to get the ball. The 1-2 with Vakrinos again. Goes on to his left boot. Zvingos trying to close down his man. Not the greatest delivery. And a chance now again for Avondale. Ball through to Watt. Still Watt. Can he get a shot on goal? He's trying to get the ball to Hogan. And again, cleared away just in the nick of time. Looking, can't be too much time left on the clock. Long ball forward again. He's had a serviceable game too, has Pisak. Vakrinos. Ball played wide. Port Melbourne found it hard all day. Haven't really troubled the goalkeepers. But as we said, Nick Marinos has put out one of the youngest possible teams on the park and given them a go, and you've got to take your hat off to him. He's had a pretty successful season considering it's his first senior gig, and he's done quite well. A chance now for Avondale. The shot straight at Webb. It's all over. here at JL Murphy Reserve. And what has been quite entertaining game in the end. Avondale, the champions, try and forge ahead and try and retain their plate, and they've done it comfortably here at Port Melbourne, 4-0. And Markovsky's men marching to the finals now, and a great embrace there by the two coaches. Great football by Avondale, but Port Melbourne, some great new youngsters unleashed here today, and I'll tell you what, I'm very impressed with some of them. The final score here, Port Melbourne 0, Avondale 4. We'll see you in the next week or so for some finals action. So it's goodbye from Arthur Akratides here at JL Murphy Reserve, and thank you once again for your visitorship and continue supporting Victorian Premier League football.